It is 8 o'clock. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO FM in Jesup, and it's brought to you by First Southern Bank, Van's Barbecue, Murphy Builder Supply, and by O'Quinn and Associates.
Hi, I'm Mandy Yeomans.
And I'm Raymond Brown with First Southern Bank. As your locally owned community bank, we're here to help our community grow. Our customers are why we are here. You can tell we want your business.
We offer all types of deposit products, personal and business. We have fast, efficient service, and yes, we have online banking too. I'm sure we have an account to fit your needs. Stop by or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
We're FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
When it comes to barbecue, Van's Barbecue in Jesup is the place to be. A small family-owned business located at 1876 on the Savannah Highway. Van's Barbecue has lunch and dinner special. Stop by or call to make an order. The number to call, 427-3358. Van's Barbecue's new manager is Sarah Van. Van's Barbecue offers potato salad, coleslaw, baked beans, and don't forget their delicious mac and cheese. Also, check out their shrimp plates, the best in town. Yes, when it comes to barbecue, head to Van's Barbecue, locally owned and operated. Stop by and tell them the big dog sent you. Once again, the number to order, 427-3358.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jesup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jesup.
Are you looking for an insurance company that you can call and talk to a live person? Are you looking for an insurance company where you can walk in and talk to an agent? Are you looking for an insurance company that offers multiple companies so they can try and get you the best rate? If you said yes to any of these, then you need to call or come by O'Quinn and Associates Insurance Financial Services. We offer multiple companies so we can find the best fit for you. Give us a call at 385-1000 or stop by our office at 212 South Fair Street right here in Jesup.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
World famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
Another big victory by our Wayne County Varsity baseball team last night.
It was a great effort by Joshua Campbell last night. Went 5 strong, struck out 9, gave up 2 hits. Just a nice win for Wayne County.
Yes, it was.
Yep. Got to play them over there Thursday. So.
Going to Waycross
They
tomorrow.
brought a good crowd over from Waycross.
Did they?
I was impressed with the crowd they brought over. Had nice support. So should be a fun game over there. That's a nice facility over there in Waycross.
Okay, that's tomorrow. Over there in Waycross. Go support the Jackets tomorrow as they'll take on Ware County and wrap up that 2-game series before we get back into region action next week against BC. All right, Bob, we got a guest this morning.
We got Screven Mayor Jason Weaver in. Again, they're getting ready already for the 4th of July celebration, but not for this year. He wants to talk about next year's.
Next year.
Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
So tell us what's taking place.
We'll come back and talk about this year's because this year's goes on just as normal over in Screven, the whole hoorah the night before with Second Chance, and we'll come back and do that layout. But we wanted to get some information out about next year's before the Court of Public Opinion started getting some misinformation out.
Oh, well, if you can't believe what's on social media, what can you believe? I mean, the truth and facts, and everything's right there, just, black and white. Right.
It's tough. It's tough. The world's tough today.
So all right, Jason, what's going on next year in Screven?
All right, so what we encountered was before last year's show, well, the guy, the company that does our fireworks come and said, naturally, like everything else, we went through COVID, there's going to be a price hike. We don't know when it's going to hit, but we know it's coming. Our people have told us it's coming. These ammunition or fireworks or charges, whatever you want to call them, come from China. And so what we did was our council thought ahead and went ahead and purchased the fireworks for this year, last year, or put them on hold per se, or guaranteed them. So we got them at the pricing so we could continue on as normal, like always. Well, now here we are going to be ready for 2023 we're ready, but 2024 there's been almost 100% price increase.
Wow.
Yeah. So what you're looking at is, I just put real numbers. Like I give a presentation to the city, the county, to every entity, and we've met. This has been going on for 3 months that we've been trying to meet our council. You're looking at going from about a $20,000 show that lasts 22 minutes to about a $48,000 to $50,000 show to last 22 minutes. And if you stick in a small municipality like we are, money-wise is naturally a huge impactor. Well, it's the major impactor. And if you say, okay, we're going to stick with what we've always done, you've all of a sudden dropped that $20,000 show to a 9-minute show. And everybody leaves and says, that was the worst I've ever seen in my life. I'm never going back. I mean, that's just the reality behind it. So me and another guy started some time about 3 months ago traveling around trying to figure out what can we do. Is there somewhere we can move it to? Because there's a lot more tangibles of years ago when this was done, the firefighters used to light them with railroad flares, and they're wanting laws and regulations, I mean, like there are now. Now you got to be 300 feet from a residence. Well, we've put in 40, I'd say, new water meters in the city of Screven in 6 months. So you got more people moving in. You got more. It's an influx. It's making our zones tighter. You got people that live in that neighborhood that the trash from the shells. I mean, it's getting. We're very close in that range, distance range. So we can't shoot anything bigger. Is what I'm getting at here. We absolutely can't go any bigger from where we shoot in Screven. Trees grow, block views. Okay, we will go outside, go look at the treatment plant. Can it work from there? Well, no, the visibility isn't going to be great. So after traveling all around, going everywhere, we looked at, I'm sure I'll get 1,000 calls. Have you looked at Lake Grace? We did. We looked at Lake Grace, but we're talking about 5,000 people, getting them in and out safely and getting them home, and traffic and transportation, because you have to remember we also hold a festival with our event. So logistics didn't work perfect there, but what we come up with was if we could get Wayne County, the city of Jesup, the city of Odom, and the city of Screven all on board together in unity, we could have an amazing Independence Day festival, and we could shoot it from the soccer field at Bill Marsh Park. We can lock those gates while the guys are wiring those fireworks. Nobody can have access to them. We could have the festival in the Ben Park, or in the Babes Mighty Mike parking lot right next to Ben Park. You have all the parking of Bill Marsh Park, Unity Church of God, 1122 Wayne Christian Academy right there, all the way down Henson Mosley, and we got with Spec and got him on board. We got with the Chamber, they're on board. The tourism board's on board. So what we discussed was, if we do this, years ago, I may remember, but you may as well, we used to have baseball games the day leading up to the fireworks. Well,
I remember that.
This distance thing is what played into not being able to do that anymore. Like we can't utilize our park the day of the festival. That's why we had to move up behind the church, because of being 300 feet away. So it really cuts us down in the city. Well, Spec said if he could bring in a ball tournament, because we have the distance there, you're talking 1,500, 2,000 more people put into your festival that day if you got a baseball tournament going on. So ideally, everything worked out for that location. Now the key cog was to get everybody on board and say, have skin in the game, because, I mean, you're talking about a drastic increase in price, but also for our council, this is like a heart. I mean, it's like a beating heart for the city of Screven. So every one of our council has expressed how they really don't like it, but they understand, because if they could go in and they could vote. It don't matter, we're going to do the show anyway. When all of a sudden now, after a couple of years, the city won't have any money, because the fundraising effort isn't going to reach. I mean, every year, we get great donations from Wayne Memorial Hospital, Rainier, several entities in our community. I don't want to name them all because I'll be forgot one, but we usually raise about $10,000 of that money. And so if you're all of a sudden now you're talking about maybe the city taking a $40,000 hit every year. Well, first off, as a citizen, you're probably sitting back saying, you're just taking the governmental money and watching it go boom. I mean, literally burning money. And that isn't physically responsible, in my personal opinion. And as CFO, I advise that I don't want to see the festival go away. I don't want to see the weekend go away. But I also want to see things get better for our community as a whole. So our people are willing to do this and to make this happen. And the firework guy came down, gave a presentation to all the entities when we had a little meeting, and we would be able to advertise this thing as the largest show on the coast in the state of Georgia. And possibly he's doing some checking in the state of Georgia overall. Right now, we're the largest in the southern coastal empire. And so that's if we can do that, we just feel like we can absolutely have a packed out, amazing festival, an amazing firework display, just a great thing for Wayne County. And I'm always looking at trying to make things better. It don't matter. To me, it doesn't matter if it's my heart and soul Screven. Everybody knows that. It's not a secret. But if we can make this community better, then I think that's what we as leaders are empowered to do. And I graciously am appalled at our council, how they have taken this and actually see the realistic behind it and understand that they don't like it because their heart and soul is Screven as well, but they know it's what's best. But now we are continuing to hold the Friday. We will continue to hold the Friday night concert at the fire station in Screven, so that it stays right there with us in Screven, and we still get our number one small town USA feel for Independence Day. We're just talking about that festival that day and the firework display being in a better location. It'll be better for this community. I'm telling you, you'll be able to sit at the high school parking lot and see these fireworks, no problem. Hospital parking lot and see these fireworks, no problem. I mean, it will be overall, we feel, the best, and especially if we get with everybody on board, and we have everyone on board at this time. I've been to each entity presenting a talk per se, like we're doing, and getting their blessing and saying, "Are you on board?" And okay, what monetarily can you do? And like City of Jesup's going to discuss it during their retreat. How much will we be willing to put in? Because this is going to be a win for all. And hey, the sky's the limit here. You never know. Like I joke with them, but it's not really a joke. It could be realistic. I mean, you never know. You could have, if this thing kicks off and this community will support it, and these entities will work together in unity. It isn't about this is who gets more credit for this or that. It's time that Wayne County gets some credit and has something to smile about. We can have, you never know. I mean, sky's the limit. Luke Bryan could be on stage in a couple of years. I mean, you could be having that out there at the festival. I mean, there's no reason why we can't put on something like other communities put on that we all travel to and see.
So the bottom line is money.
The bottom line is money.
It's always about the money, honey.
Absolutely, 100%.
So you said you met with these entities. Are they willing to pitch in? And
every one of them is willing to have skin in the game, and so I call it. But monetarily, they're working with their council to see where they can go with it. I've reached out to the donors that give now, and told them, hey, we're looking at, this is what we're looking at. Is there, what can you, and every one of them have said, we'll talk to our people and our boards. we feel we can give more now, this being a whole county-wide thing. We've had some businesses reach out already that said, hey, we really weren't able to get involved in. Well, we were able, but we didn't want to give you money and then because, man, y'all know how it is in fun. I'm sure you get it out here. If you give one, everybody's knocking on the door. So now with something as a Wayne County whole, they like, hey, we can sow into this, and I just, it's a vision.
It seems like you've just taken a situation that you didn't know what to do and turn it into, it's like taking lemons into lemonade. You know, you're making a bigger event, a better event. You've got, the tourism board you got the chamber board, you got the spec and the rec department on board to have a really big event out there. Possibly has a baseball, softball tournament going on like it used to be years ago, but now a lot of fields, and then a big open area to do the fireworks. Because I remember fireworks there at Bill Morris Park many moons ago. Back in the 90s.
They did a millennial show.
And many moons ago, and you can see it from all over the place. So it sounds like a great idea. Just get everybody aboard a big Wayne County fireworks and festival, and have a good old time.
Yeah, I mean, it's been. I tell you, I told them I think we've done our due diligence on this for 3.5 months on the back end correctly and the way it should have been done, so that misinformation wasn't getting out when somebody pulls up and says, hey, what are you doing sitting here on our property? Because that's happened. And I'm like, well, let me tell you the truth, because I don't want to tell you a story, and then next thing I'm talking to an officer on somebody's property, So, and I'm like, but I'm begging you, please don't put anything out there, misinformation, until we can understand if this is a reality. And what
it really comes down to the boards approving the money.
That's right.
Right.
That's
really
exactly
what it comes
right.
down to the county, the two cities,
right.
And you've got the private donations that are coming in. So we just need to make this one big community, Wayne County community event, and just have a super Independence Day festival out there in fireworks at Bill Morris Park.
We've worked
in 2024.
In 2024.
Well, that's good news. You got a whole year to.
We've been praised at every entity for coming now, because that's why people make budgets. I mean, we know that they make budgets. We don't want, the last thing we like is somebody throwing something on us. So we giving you a year and a half to, hey, I mean, this, because if it wasn't going to happen, then it gave us time as our council to go back and try to figure out, okay, what are we going to do now? And what we've come up with is we'll have a board that will run this. I mean, I think this is going to be a go. I think this is really going to happen, to be honest. And they've already started the discussion of a board, and what we've looked at is we've had a tourism board member. We'll have a tourism board on the board person. We'll have City of Jesup, City of Screven, City of Odom, Wayne County, Fire Chief, Police Chief, Sheriff, Spec, Chamber person on a board. And that's how we met with Mr. Perry and Mr. Chuck Mosley, and they've discussed it, and they see no issues getting traffic out. I mean, if it builds up there, it's going to build up naturally, because it always does. But I think what's going to be great about this is you're going to be able to come out and enjoy the festival in some daylight hours, and then if you live in the city of Jesup, you probably can watch it from home. I don't know that. I can't guarantee that, but I know people around the hospital will be able to. And but you can go to the high school right there and don't have to get back in the hustle and bustle and just shoot home, or the hospital parking lot, it's going to be. We feel this is like you said, Butch, a great fix to an issue that I'm telling you almost made stomach ulcers. And
y'all worried about what you're going to do there in Screven. Now you come up with a great idea. You've got a lot of folks on board, and now just a matter if Wayne County really wants it, it's going to happen.
That's right.
And it's going to be a great event come in Independence Day weekend in 2024.
2024. This year will go on the schedule there in Screven.
Mm-hmm. This year's
just like normal. Second chance the night before. And if you want to be a vendor, get a hold of our office, 912-579-2211. Talk to Courtney, and she'll get you hooked up. But we're going to have a big time, and it's just, we kind of started doing that Christmas in the Park thing, and that thing really took off well. And So, even though we might move a Independence Day festival, we still have Odom has Odom Day. We still have our Christmas in the Park that we feel like we do as good as anybody in the country.
Yeah,
and
Christmas
that
in the
night
Park.
is
You're going to have
phenomenal.
a Second Chance Band there, whoever it is, on that Friday night before the
right.
Independence Day Festival, still in 2024. Somebody just texted in. Great idea, Jason. Screven Mayor Jason Weaver in the studio with us this morning talking about the plans for 2024. And someone just texted in. Great idea, Jason. And I think it is a great idea.
Well, we hope it. We hope
it is.
Yeah. The Lord led us that way. I'm telling you, it was 3.5 months of riding around dropping GPS pinpoints.
Trying to figure out something.
Trying to make sure there wasn't a house within this distance. So can we get traffic out? Can we have a festival here? Can we A, B, and C? All these check boxes, and that location is the only check point that come off. The only thing we didn't think about, Commissioner Todd told me in the City of Jesup meeting the other night, he asked me, could I put a silencer on the fireworks? I said, unfortunately, I can't. And for if this community will just give us 22 minutes, that's all we need. You know what I mean?
Just about any neighborhood that you live in here, anywhere, when it comes to Independence Day weekend, that time period, you got fireworks going all over the neighborhood.
Yeah.
More or less in a controlled environment. And so it's great. I think it's a good idea, and you've done you've done the groundwork. You've dotted your I's, crossed your T's, and now it's just getting everybody getting the boards basically involved and saying, yes, we want this big event here in Wayne County.
So anybody, they're all, like I said, they have all been graciously open. We haven't not had a negative response at all. So I'm very pleased with that. And I told all of them in my spiel that I felt like this could be a opening door for every entity in this community to work together and show that everybody can work together and everybody can play in the same sandbox.
Okay, sounds good. Good idea, Jason. All right, and good luck with getting all this put together. Looking forward to a great Independence Day weekend in 2024 out at Bill Morris Park.
Yes, sir.
But this year, still in Screven,
Georgia.
2023 is all still set.
Yes, sir. It's ready to rock and roll.
Got everything done.
Everything.
It's amazing that the price of fireworks have doubled.
But Booger asked me.
Year.
He said, "Why did they go up?" I said, "Well," he said, or he asked me where they get them from, and I said, "China." He asked me if I could call everybody that shoots fireworks and ask them not to buy anymore. I said, I wish I could, and that would stop the price hike. But
you never can tell with the price of stuff. It's like 2 days ago I got gas at $3.019, and yesterday I noticed the same place. It was at $3.29.9.
Went into $3.35 in Screven yesterday.
So it went up 28 cents in 1 day.
I also saw an article from the press secretary last night that said gas went down $1.50 because since
last year
President Biden took office. I haven't seen it go down $1.50 in Screven now. I ain't gonna lie.
Nowhere else it has.
The only time it went down was when the governor disbanded the gas tax.
Yeah. When that happened, it went dropped that amount. But just the overall where gas is, it's less than it was last year, but not as less as it was 2 years ago. So, but you never can tell on the price of things these days.
Yeah, we were running right at $4 one time, wasn't we?
Yeah.
Great day in the morning. And we wonder why we can't get employed and people to work. I mean,
y'all still have the same problem down there as
yeah.
everywhere else, trying to find people to work.
We got a great staff, and we're actually almost fully staffed now. But like law enforcement officers, if you get one, you better hang on to them because we've been hiring one for 6 months and we ain't even got an application.
Well, we had the same thing. We had the Appleton County Sheriff in last week with his chief deputy talking about that big event they've got going on in Baxley today. And they've got the event going on for many reasons, but one of the things they're going to use this event for over in their day is to recruit employees there for the sheriff's office, the police department, fire department, first responders, and everything like that because they can't find enough.
When you talk about a small government like we are, you really need to hire somebody that's already been off and been trained because if you just hire a normal person, you're gonna have 10. I'm just going to throw this number. I could be wrong. Perry might text me in a little bit and tell me I was wrong, but probably $10,000 to $12,000 in getting them trained.
Right.
And I mean, we can't do that. I mean, and then hope that it's the right person. I mean, small governments need somebody that's established and been in law enforcement, and those guys, they're not leaving their jobs, and I mean, it's tough. I can tell you, it's tough.
How much time have we got left? We got time.
We got a few minutes. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, talking about coming together, I'm curious, the county SPLOST referendum has to come up either in November or March of next year. And before they do that, they have to get together with the other entities, Odom, Jesup, Screven, decide who's getting what part of the money and what projects are going to. I haven't seen any meetings as of yet. You being the mayor of Screven, have you been contacted by the county and when the meetings are going to start?
When the meetings are going to start, no. To dedicate our representatives, yes. We got an email from Amanda last month telling us to they needed to know our representatives for the Screven, so that and we don't know yet when the meetings are going to start. No, I haven't heard. If I was assuming and I was putting my money in I don't go to Vegas, but if I was putting my money in Cherokee at the casino, I would say this month. I would think. But maybe not, because they got a lot more irons in the fire right now they got to worry about.
On the ballot by November. I mean, they're going to have to start meeting pretty soon. And
I thought they're doing it next year.
It's either November of this year or March of next year.
March of next year. Okay.
And possibly, Bob, they could be waiting on their county administrator so that he has skin in the game. He or she. Yeah, I don't know that now at all, but I would be guessing that.
But the big argument is going to be, I understand the county wants more piece of the pie, the money, and the city says no. So I'm sure Screven wants their piece of the pie. I'm sure Oda wants their piece of the pie. So it's always about the money. So that'll be the big fight on who gets what portion of the money.
Well, one thing I can promise you is I'm going to fight for Screven, and it's going to be fair. I mean, I ain't going to fight for what ain't fair, but we going to be fair. I mean, we going to just do right. We started that 5 or 6 years ago, and we're going to try to continue.
It'll be deadly do right, huh?
That's right.
I'll just sit back and watch the fireworks when they fight about money.
2024, you can watch them right here in Jesup.
Jason, we've been here this morning, the mayor of Screven, with the idea for 2024, a big festival and fireworks show out there at Bill Morris Park. This year, normal there in Screven for 2023. Jason, good idea. Good luck with this project, and can't wait to see the event in 2024 out
yes,
there.
Sir. Yes, sir. We'll be back with our officer for the whole Screven deal like we normally do. Okay. And hopefully maybe get Mike in here with the band. And anytime I get to spend time with him now is great, because I don't get to see him anymore.
All right. All right. Well, Jason, you have a good day.
Thank y'all.
All right. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, is brought to you by First Southern Bank, by Van's Barbecue, Murphy Builder Supply, and by O'Quinn & Associates.